Scott McKain, and I want you to tell me about your heat pump. I can see it under your deck.
Yes. Oh, okay. So this is the latest technology in heat pumps, and I am so impressed with these new heat pumps. They're called mini splits, and so there's an indoor unit and an outdoor unit, and instead of heating the whole house, you can heat one room or two rooms, or in my case, I just need the one. Um, Very flexible. The technology is very sophisticated, unlike the old style heat pumps that would click on and click off.
Mm-hmm.
This is completely, the speeds are variable. So it's on and it decides how fast it runs, depending on the outside temperature and the inside temperature. And so the compressor and the fans, they speed up and they go down, come up and go down depending on the environment. It's incredible to watch the things, and just super efficient.
Of all the things that you've done here at your home, the solar panels and the heat pump and whatever else, what's the thing that has done the most good for the planet, do you think?
Oh boy, that's a tough one. I think the solar heat.
Mm-hmm.
The house is super insulated and passive solar, and just standing alone and not doing anything is a major step.
So these solar panels that you have out here and up on your roof there, they create enough that you don't really have to use any electrical other than this? Does it cover everything?
No, there's nothing that is 100%. So we do have grid power, and most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
There are times when we don't have grid power, and that's why I have insisted to my wife that we will keep the wood stove.
Yeah.
Although we hardly ever use it.
Yeah.
So when the grid goes, if it goes down during the winter, that's the difference between miserable and comfortable.
Yeah.
So that stays.
And this has been a 42-year project for you.
Oh yeah.
So when will it be done?
Never.
Never?
It'll never be done. No. I mean, the heat pump is a classic example. We have never needed cooling before.
Mm-hmm. But now you do.
And now we do. If and it's all depends. As Oregonians, we know that our evenings cool off in the summer, and so we open up the windows and we cool off, and then we coast through the next hot day. And well, that's not working as well it used to.
Mm-hmm.
And so if the evenings don't cool below 70 degrees, that nighttime cooling doesn't work. And so, and the other thing that happened besides hot summers is splitting wood is not good for a 75-year-old man. So there's a health issues here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can hurt yourself, and for a young guy, it's not as much of an issue if he knows what he's doing. But for me, I can't. It's too dangerous anymore. So economically, that's, I mean, if I mess my back up,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
what is that going to cost? You know, that's going to way exceed the energy savings.
Yeah.
So
So now that we're having hotter summers here in Oregon, and what do you do every day? Like at home, what we do is open up the windows till about 1 o'clock and then close them down and turn on fans. Is that, does your system work well enough that you don't have to do all of that stuff?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it does.
That's good.
Yeah.
And you did this yourself. There was a do-it-yourself kit that you
I
could do?
did. The manufacturer is Mr. Cool, and they have a line of mini split heat pumps. One for professional installs, and then they have a DIY line. And that was my interest. And I went online and looked at YouTube videos about installing them, and it was pretty clear I could do this in a heartbeat.
Mm-hmm.
So for people who deal with tools and electricity and all of that, yeah,
So that was about $1,200 to put in
it
yourself?
was. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
not bad.
It wasn't bad. It's a small heat pump, so it's.
And why do they call it a mini split? What does that mean?
Well, it's just because it's small and it's the units are split, in and out, inside
Okay.
and outside.
Mm-hmm. So where's if that's the heat pump and that heats, where's the one that cools your place? The same thing?
Same thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem split far enough to me.
Well,
To call it
the inside unit is right inside that wall there.
Okay. Okay. I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's in the. Most people, and including us, we live in the kitchen. And so that's where it is, and that works. And the living room's just off to the other side, and so that's we pretty much got it covered.
So now that you've retired, you retired when? 2015?
Yeah, something like that.
So now that you're retired and you're home,
That's the first thing that goes, is your memory.
do I look familiar to you? Anyway, but now that you're home all the time, now that you're home all the time, but you're older now,
Yeah.
are you getting as much done as you did when you were a younger man working all the time?
I am not, and I really noticed it this last yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pruning fruit trees.
Okay.
God, it's taken forever.
Need to hire a young guy.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah,
so
it's definitely slowing
so
down.
if you were giving advice to people, what we want to do is like set this up as an example. This is stuff that you can do.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say is the most important thing that people can do to combat climate change and not go broke?
Vote. We need our political leaders who know what's going on and what it takes to deal with it.
Yeah. Well, we're trying to do this in a nonpartisan way, but we'll do our best. I know, I understand. You and I are in this.
Oh,
We're on the same team here.
there are a lot of conservatives that are really into solar energy and
That's true.
and the farmers and ranchers who've got a wind machine on their place is just it's just churning out money for them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So for some people, it's economics.
It is.
And at other people, like I want it, and I have grandchildren. I want them to be able to enjoy the beauty
Right.
of the earth.
Right.
So, anyway,
There's 3 forms of solar energy here.
okay,
There's the passive solar,
mm-hmm.
which is the glass.
Okay.
The active solar, which is the hot water, the 5 ground-mounted
Mm-hmm.
panels here.
So that's what heats the water that goes in the tubing that runs under the floor.
Correct.
Okay.
And then the solar electricity
And that's on the roof.
on the roof.
Okay. I always thought it would be, like if you just set yourself up in a situation where you had a generator, then you charged the generator riding a bicycle. Every morning you had to get up and ride.